Check it out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Check Out here on my YouTube channel. It's been a long time since we did a Check It Out. I didn't plan for this match to be the Check It Out match of the day. Hell, I didn't plan for this to be the Check It Out match return by any means. But here we are, and this is indeed the Check It Out match returns. That is, of course, Saya Kamitani versus Suzu Suzuki from Stardom Supreme Fight 2025. Listen, I had an entire plan for this series. I still do. I still do. We were going to return with the new pretty graphics and everything. Shout out to Doc for these. But things change. Things change. And I'm not doing my podcast for almost a week, and I want to talk about this match. I'm an hour removed or so from watching the match. I am an hour removed from being inspired by this match. It's been a long time since I've been inspired by a match to instantly record something after. It really has. It really has. Now, obviously, I loved doing the many videos for the 5-star Grand Prix and the Dream Star Grand Prix. That was a lot of fun to jump right in. But Saya Kamitani and Suzu Suzuki was a match that, with my high expectations, they were still blown away because of various reasons. Going into this match, and listen, I'm going to explain the story very simple for myself and the way I viewed this match more than just the story itself. The story itself is simple. Saya Kamitani's champion, Suzu Suzuki, pinned her and became the first challenger. And since then, the story might have not been up to the standard maybe that I expected, because some of it was about Suzu sniffing Saya Kamitani's foot and saying they stink, whatever. But you look all past that because, one, you know what these two wrestlers are capable of. Once upon a time in the 2022 5-star Grand Prix, they had a fantastic match. A match that I remember watching and say, if they ever get a championship singles match, they're going to steal the show. I remember saying it. I remember believing it. And yeah, here we are now. I'm watching it. I've seen it. And I believe I was right. I didn't know 3 years later this is where we would be, essentially. But this is where we are. A heel Saya Kamitani against a Suzu Suzuki who, mind you, suffered an injury last year and hadn't truly, I think, looked the full version of Suzu Suzuki that we're so used to. Hell, I know people have been saying that since 2023, after all. People have been waiting. I thought she had a great 2023, but overall, 2024 was not her year. So going into this match, and I thought Suzu had a very good match at the end of last year with Tam Nakano for the title. But going into this match, I had hopes for both of them. I had hopes to be not necessarily proven wrong with Suzu Suzuki, but I had hopes that she would step up to the occasion, step up to the level that I know she's capable of and that she's always been capable of. This is a wrestler who, at a time, I would have put ahead of Starlight Kid and Azumi on any tier list in terms of the future. Who's going to be the future? Who's going to lead this industry? And obviously things change and they're all in the same faction, but this Suzu Suzuki didn't just go away. She's always been capable of greatness. We've seen it before, time and time again. And I knew just the right situation would bring it back out of her. This was indeed that right situation. And on the other hand, you have Saya Kamitani, someone who throughout her work as a heel has been figuring it out, right? We've talked about this. For every up and down swing I think I've had watching her, there have been positives. There have been some, okay, we could change that up, right? A lot of her matches would be posing and taunting and powering out of the ring and all these different things. But if you bring it all together with the excitement that Saya Kamitani can bring to the ring. It can make for a very good heel character and a heel wrestler that ultimately puts on a show in the end. You also have to remember Saya Kamitani. Since she's come back from injury at the end of 2023, I think there's been a bit of holding herself back at times, right? And she's admitted this in interviews. There is fear that comes with, such a scary injury. And what is she going to be willing to do? This is someone who is making the big dives on every show. This is someone who's doing the Phoenix Splash in all of her big title matches. Would she ever get back to, okay, I can do this. I can take the big bump. I can take the big spot confidently and get right back up and bounce back? This match proved she could. This match was phenomenal. This was a phenomenal World of Stardom title match. Legitimately the best World of Stardom title match since, man, you have to go back. You have to go way back, in my opinion, at least to 2023. I think this beats all the 2024 World of Stardom title matches off the top of my head. It was just that great. You have to also bring in the fact that this was in a packed Korakuen Hall, a sold out to the rafters Korakuen Hall. That's not something that happens a ton anymore in any company, let alone Stardom. This is the first time, I believe, since 2020 that they were selling the standing room tickets. Like, this was unbelievable. You had all the expectations, all the hopes heading into this match that, listen, myself included, I threw all the doubts away. I threw any problem I may have because of the situation and what I know these two were always capable of. I threw it all away. And boy, oh boy, am I happy I did, because this match, like I said, was sensational. Let's talk about it, right? Just everything you want from a big time world title match in Joshi. And the embodiment of why Joshi wrestling is the very best. The embodiment of why I don't think anything comes close to Joshi wrestling in 2025. It is on this other level. Before this show, I watched the Royal Rumble. I was able to watch the half of this show afterward. And let me tell you, essentially everything on this show was better, each and every way, with the final two matches being that top tier match that you want to see. It's the embodiment of Joshi in 2025. Everything you may love in wrestling is not on the level of Joshi in 2025. And these two brought it. The match started off hot. They were destroying each other with forearms early. The crowd was oohing and ahhing out of shock, out of excitement, because uh, they started off like you want to. Let's not do the chain wrestling. No, let's just go. And from there, you have the shenanigans of the heel Saya Kamitani, as you'd expect. Harris sitting in the chair after hitting a dive, Suzu sitting in the chair. They're posing back and forth and they're making fun of each other, and that continues for a few minutes. But once the action gets going, the action gets going. At one point, Saya Kamitani pours water all over Suzu Suzuki's head, and it just escalates from there. They travel a little bit around Cork, and Suzu's smashing Saya Kamitani's head off the board. That metal sign. This is a match that built to an end where the crowd was on their feet. The crowd was losing their minds. That's what you want, again, from a world title match. There's nothing like a Korakuen screaming, oohing, and awing at the excitement of a world title match. It doesn't happen enough. Again, this is the first World of Stardom title match since January 2021 in a Stardom ring. Yes, there was a Korakuen Hall World of Stardom title match last year between Micah and Tomoka Inaba, but that was in JTO. This wasn't a Stardom ring, and that's why this crowd was sold out. The excitement for Saya Kamitani as champion in her first defense. Suzu Suzuki then would step up to that level. This, like I said, was 2022, 2021. Whatever you have seen of Suzu Suzuki, this was her at her best. These two traded. back and forth. And at one point, they are smashing each other's heads on the nastiest freaking headbutts. I was in awe. But the spot of the match is the match that I hinted at earlier when I said Saya Kamitani put fear to the side. There was no fear in Saya Kamitani. This is a new Saya Kamitani, for better or worse. I know not everyone is sold on her character. Hell, until this match, I was still about, 60-40. I was getting there. But this match is the one that I think wins you over. And if you just put that to the side and you look at what will her title matches look like, this was it. This was what it was all about. This is the Saya Kamitani that was having one of the all-time great reigns in Stardom history with the Wonder of Stardom Championship dialed up to the big match. Suzu Suzuki teases and teases a German suplex, and you can see in Saya Kamitani's eyes the fear that she has. This is a scary moment for her. There is some hesitation, there is fear, but there is also the regular wrestling fact of I don't want to get thrown off of this freaking I don't want to get thrown off the top rope. That was there. But ultimately, Suzu and her battle. Suzu hits the move, picture perfect. She lands right on the back of her shoulders, picture perfect and clean. A fantastic near fall here in this match. There was also a fantastic near fall on the tequila by Suzu. That was fantastic. Like, that got the crowd good. Hell, it got me good. It's one of these matches that you get giddy as the near falls are raining in because you're like, listen, I know Saya Kamitani's winning, but Suzu Suzuki's making you believe. And those are the best matches. Those are the best title defenses to me. If the champion or if the challenger and the champion can convince you that there's going to be a title change in a match where there's no shot, there's going to be a title change, that's when you get your best matches. And that's what this was. Saya Kamitani fights through. They trade poison ranas. Unbelievable. Poison Rana here, poison Rana there. Saya then hits another poison Rana. She wins the match with a star crusher. Just unbelievable back and forth. Unbelievable title match. Like I said, the best World of Stardom title match in well over a year, in my opinion. This is everything that I remember when it comes to this title and the importance and what it can feel like in a major match. Truly, like this, if this is the beginning of where we're going with Saya Kamitani as champion, I couldn't be more excited. If you watch this match and you don't leave it being anything but excited, you're missing out. You're missing out. You truly are. This match was everything you want. It really was. It was over delivery on both sides. Because listen, hell, if they don't have the craziest of spots, the headbutt spot, let alone if they take that out, this is still a sensational match. This is one of the best matches of either of their careers. I firmly believe that. Suzu Suzuki is someone who has had incredible matches with the likes of Julia, Tsukasa Fujimoto, endless talent and stardom, right? This is Saya Kamitani, who had, like I said, one of, if not the greatest title runs in Stardom history, right? Just unbelievable match with the likes of Mina Shirakawa, Maika, Hazuki, obviously, which I think is probably her best singles match to date. And this was as good as anything for her. I don't know if this is her best match ever. I don't know if it's either of their best matches ever, but it's their best matches in a very long time. Listen, I think Saya Kamitani versus Starlight Kid from the 5-star Grand Prix in 2024 is simply phenomenal. But this beats that for me. This just was everything. I brought Check It Out back for this type of moment. This is why I created the series, to review something, to review a match that makes you feel something. This match made me feel something. And it's coming off the bookend of an Artist of Stardom title match that made me feel something. This is what, to me, wrestling is all about. This is what, to me, is why Joshi is the best in the entire world. This match truly, truly, truly was fantastic. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. That's the point of this series, is to check it out. That is why we do this. This is why I do this. Absolutely fantastic match. Saya Kamitani, I I am with you 100% moving forward because this was such a great performance. Suzu Suzuki, welcome back. Suzu Suzuki may be the only Neo Genesis member without a belt right now, but she's back, and that's what matters. I can't wait for Crazy Star versus Wingori. That's going to be sensational as well. But my God, Stardom's on fire. Stardom's on fire. And when you're having a world title like this, it's a world title match like this. It's hard to not get excited. Uh, this is a spur of the moment review. Like I said, I just felt inspired to talk about it, to review it. Check it out is mostly going to be older matches where I, bring guests on and so on and so forth, and have a good conversation. Um, but it's also for moments like these. It's for moments where you watch a match and you just have to talk about it, and that's what this match was. Supreme Fight 2025 goes down as a home run. Cork and Hall, there's just nothing like it in wrestling, folks. Cork and Hall and Shinjuku face can't beat them. Can't beat them for the big match. You just can't. You just can't. This was, like I said, everything you want. This was Sai Kamitani, I think, reaching her highest level now as a heel and what her world title matches will be. If this is what her world title matches are going to be, I'm so in. I don't know how in I am on running back her and Tam already, but that's a problem for another day. That is why we have the 5-Star Joe Show, which is posted each and every Friday right here on the YouTube channel. You can also check out my beginner's guide to stardom. If this is maybe your first time diving into stardom, maybe your first show, and you're like, oh, how do I learn more? That's also on the channel as well. But yeah, Saya Kamitani versus Suzuki, one of the best matches of the year so far, in my opinion. Uh, One of the best matches of both of their careers, and the best World of Stardom Championship match in a very, very long time. Well, thank you everybody for listening. My spur of the moment review here at 1:30 a.m. Well, not for you guys, but for me it was. I appreciate it. Follow me at Scott E Wrestling on Twitter, or Blue Sky, either one. I will have more content moving forward. We have a lot of check it outs coming soon. I'm going to be having some friends on, giving me matches, and we're going to talk about them a little bit. Because at the end of the day, check it out is to be 20 minutes or so. They're not supposed to be long videos. It's supposed to be fun, to review matches, talk about the stories behind the matches, and so on. So keep an eye out for those. We'll be doing those moving forward. I also plan to bring some more beginners guides to the channel and some more other content. If you have other content requests, always feel free to leave a comment below. Also, make sure to press that like button, press that subscribe button so you never miss a video here on the channel, because you don't want to miss Check It Out. You don't want to miss the 5-Star Joe Show. You don't want to miss anything else I may have coming my way. But the Check It Out series is here. We have another big series coming soon. And I have a pretty big thing starting next Friday as well. So keep the eye out for that by following me over on the old Twitter machine. I'm very excited about that. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And until next time, see ya.